Have you ever laid in bed feeling exhausted, physically drained, but unable to fall asleep? Your body wants rest, but your mind is wide awake. Thoughts racing, your chest tight, your breath shallow, and the more you try to sleep, the more awake you feel. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In a world that never seems to stop, filled with deadlines, notifications, and emotional noise, peaceful sleep has become something rare, almost sacred. It's no longer just about closing your eyes. It's about escaping the noise not around you, but inside of you. How many nights have you spent scrolling your phone, hoping the exhaustion would win over the anxiety? How many mornings have you woken up more tired than when you went to bed? And maybe the most important question, when was the last time you truly felt rested, not just in your body, but in your soul? Let's be honest, most of us aren't just sleep deprived. We're peace deprived. We carry our stress, our fears, our overthinking into bed like extra weight under the sheets. And no matter how soft the pillow is, it can't silence the storm inside our minds. But what if I told you there's another way? What if instead of chasing sleep, you invited peace in? What if your bedtime became your healing time, not a moment to escape the day, but to reconnect with yourself? You don't need a perfect life to sleep well. You just need a safe space, a gentle ritual, a way to remind your nervous system it's okay to relax now. That's what this video is for. Tonight, I'll guide you through a calming journey of affirmations, words designed not just to sound good, but to change the way your subconscious mind operates. These affirmations are like mental medicine, simple phrases that gently rewire your inner world. They help you release tension from your body, quiet the chaos in your mind, replace fear with safety, and most of all, remember that you deserve to rest. Because yes, you do. You don't have to earn rest. You don't need to check off everything on your to-do list to feel worthy of a good night's sleep. Rest is not a reward. It's your right. Let that sink in for a moment. You are allowed to put the world down. You are allowed to exhale. You are allowed to stop performing and just be. So right now, wherever you are, whether you're lying in bed after a long, heavy day, or sitting alone in a quiet room, trying to slow down your thoughts, take a deep breath in with me. And slowly exhale. Let your shoulders drop. Relax your forehead. Feel your body begin to release all that it's been carrying. This is your time. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to solve anything. You don't even need to do anything. You just need to allow. Allow rest. Allow calm. Allow healing. Because in this space, in this sacred pocket of stillness, you can finally come home to yourself. So if you're ready, if your body is whispering for peace, if your soul is asking for a reset, then stay with me. Let's begin this gentle practice together. Let's breathe. Let's heal. Let's return to the peace that's been waiting for you all along. Are you ready? Then close your eyes if you haven't already. Get comfortable. And let's step into the quiet, one affirmation at a time. Have you ever noticed that just when the world gets quiet, your mind gets loud? You lie down, turn off the lights, put your phone away, and suddenly it begins. Thoughts, worries, what ifs. You think about what went wrong today, what might go wrong tomorrow, and every possible scenario in between. Why does that happen? It's because the human brain is wired to protect you even when there's no danger. It scans for threats, it replays past mistakes, it rehearses future fears. It means well, but it forgets one thing: you're safe now. And that's where this affirmation becomes your anchor. Right now, in this moment, there are no emails to answer, no bills to pay, no judgments to defend against. Right now, you are safe. You are here. And nothing else matters. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you reminded yourself that you are supported? Not just by people, but by something deeper? By life itself. By the breath that continues to flow through you. By the strength you didn't even know you had until life tested you. It's easy to forget that when you're caught in the middle of the storm. But storms pass. And beneath all the noise, there's stillness. So tonight, I want you to close your eyes. And not just listen, but feel this truth settle into your bones. I am safe. I am supported. I am at peace. Say it slowly, say it like a prayer. Let the words wrap around your nervous system like a warm blanket. Breathe them in. Let your muscles release. Let your chest soften. Because these words aren't just comfort, they're truth. You are safe, even if your mind tries to convince you otherwise. Even if your past whispers that you don't deserve peace. Even if you've been in survival mode for so long that rest feels unfamiliar. You are supported. Maybe not always in obvious ways. But every breath, every heartbeat, every moment you've survived, that's proof of something carrying you forward. And you are at peace. Even if the peace is small at first. Even if it starts as a single quiet breath, it counts. Peace doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's just the silence between thoughts. The space between worries. The moment your shoulders finally let go. Let's say it again together. I am safe. I am supported. I am at peace. Feel how different your body reacts when you speak with kindness. Notice how your breath slows. How your heart begins to trust. How your inner world becomes a little softer. This isn't magic. It's your nervous system finally feeling what it's always longed to feel. Safety. Stability. Stillness. Think of a time when you felt truly safe. Maybe it was your childhood bed. Maybe it was wrapped in a hug. Maybe it was just sitting quietly in nature, hearing nothing but the wind. That memory, that feeling, you can bring it back. Right here, right now, with your breath and your belief. And if you've never felt that kind of safety before, let this be the first time. Because you deserve it. You've always deserved it. Not because you've done everything right, but simply because you're human. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to fix your life before you can rest. You don't need to be perfect to be at peace. You just need to breathe and trust. So tonight, as you lie here, let the world fall away. Let the to-do lists dissolve. Let the tension unwind. Let your inner protector take a break. You've made it through another day. You've shown up. You've tried. And now you get to rest. Say it one last time with me, gently, softly, like a lullaby to your own soul. I am safe. I am supported. I am at peace. Feel that. That's your body remembering what it feels like to trust. That's your mind realizing it doesn't need to be on high alert anymore. That's your spirit slowly sinking into stillness. Let this affirmation be the doorway. And let sleep be the healing you walk into. Let me ask you something. Right now, as you lie still, where are you holding tension? Is it in your jaw clenched from hours of silent stress? In your shoulders heavy from carrying the weight of everyone and everything? In your stomach tight from holding in emotions you didn't feel safe expressing? So many of us go through the day in a constant state of holding. Holding our breath. Holding back our emotions. Holding onto problems that don't belong in our bedtime. But what if you didn't have to carry all of that into your sleep? What if this moment right here could be the first time today you truly let go? Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the place in your body that feels the most tense. Now imagine that tension melting away like wax under warm sunlight. Softening. Releasing. Dissolving. This is not just a visualization. This is your nervous system responding to a new command. It's safe to relax now. You don't need to brace anymore. You've survived the day. Now you get to rest. Repeat this with me slowly, like a gentle permission slip to your whole being. I release all tension from my body and mind. Again, breathe deeply. Feel the breath enter places that haven't moved all day. Let it reach your back, your hips, your temples. You are not here to perform. You're not here to prove anything. This space is for undoing. Because haven't you done enough today? You answered the calls. You handled the stress. You showed up, even when you were exhausted. And now it's okay to put it all down. Let me tell you something I had to learn the hard way. You cannot heal if you are always clenching. You cannot dream if your body is still stuck in survival mode. You cannot rest if you are still carrying the battles of the day. So I began this simple nightly practice. Lying still, placing my hands on my chest, and whispering softly to myself. I release all tension from my body and mind. At first, it felt strange, almost silly. But over time my body started to believe it. The knots in my back loosened. The racing thoughts began to slow. And my sleep, it went from restless to restorative. Why? Because the body listens to the words you say to it. When you tell it, we're not in danger anymore, it responds. It releases. It resets. It rests. Let's say it together again, this time with deep sincerity. I release all tension from my body and mind. Let these words be like a massage from the inside out. Let them unravel the invisible cords you've wrapped around your muscles and your thoughts. Maybe you didn't even notice how tightly you were holding on. To worrying, to guilt, to expectations. But now you do. And awareness is the beginning of peace. As you breathe, picture each exhale as a gentle wave washing tension away. Washing it out of your neck, your spine, your chest. Feel the relief, like unclenching a fist you didn't know you were making. You don't need to hold it all anymore. You don't need to carry everyone's weight on your back. You don't have to be the strong one all the time. Because tonight, strength is not about holding on. It's about letting go. So let go of the tightness, of the pressure, of the stories your mind tells you that keep you awake. You are allowed to feel soft, to feel supported, to be in your body and feel free inside it. This is how you prepare for true rest, not by numbing, but by releasing. One more time with intention, with gentleness. I release all tension from my body and mind. Let this be your bedtime mantra. Let this be your healing habit. And remember, every night you practice this, you're not just relaxing. You're teaching your body that peace is possible. That calm is your new normal. That rest is not a luxury, it's your birthright. You have done enough. You are enough. Now let yourself rest. How often do you try to control things that haven't even happened yet? Do you ever catch yourself lying in bed, mentally rehearsing conversations that haven't taken place? Or imagining the worst-case scenario just in case? It's human. We all do it, because somewhere deep inside, we believe that if we could just stay a few steps ahead of life, we'd be safe. If we plan it perfectly, fix it early, or worrying hard enough, maybe just maybe you can avoid pain. But here's the truth most of us don't want to admit. Control is an illusion. And worrying doesn't prevent tomorrow's problems. It only steals today's peace. Think about that. How many nights have you lost sleep not because of what actually happened, but because of what you feared might? And here's the irony, while we're busy trying to control everything, we miss the quiet wisdom of trusting. Trusting what? Exactly. Not a perfect outcome. Not a straight path. But the process. The unfolding. The idea that maybe just maybe life knows what it's doing, even when we don't. That's where this affirmation comes in. I trust the process of life. Say it with me now. Gently. Like you're speaking directly to the part of yourself that's always bracing for impact. I trust the process of life. Let that settle. Let it reach the parts of your heart that are tired of fighting, tired of planning, tired of clenching. Because trusting the process doesn't mean you give up. It means you surrender the illusion that you have to figure it all out before your head hits the pillow. It means letting go of the belief that rest must be earned through worrying. Think about nature for a second. A tree doesn't panic when winter comes. It doesn't force its leaves to stay green. It trusts that spring will arrive. It doesn't rush the process, it surrenders to it. What if you lived like that? What if you trusted that even when things feel messy or uncertain, you are still being guided? What if the detour is the path? What if the unanswered question is the lesson? What if the delay is the protection you didn't know you needed? I'll be honest with you, I used to fight everything. I needed plans, timelines, guarantees, but all it gave me was anxiety. Until one night, lying awake at 2 a.m., exhausted but wired with stress, I asked myself, what if I just trusted? Trusted that I've done what I can. Trusted that it's okay not to have all the answers. Trusted that life isn't working against me, it's working through me. And when I started whispering this affirmation before bed, I trust the process of life, something shifted. The racing thoughts slowed down. My breath got deeper. My heart felt softer. Not because everything was perfect, but because I stopped trying to perfect it all. So if you're lying there right now caught in the loop of overthinking, trying to fix, predict, or control what's outside of your reach, I invite you to let go. Not because you don't care, but because you care enough to choose peace. Let's say it again, not just with words, but with your whole being. I trust the process of life. With every exhale, let your grip loosen. With every breath, let your fear fade. With every moment, remind yourself, you don't have to know the entire path to take the next step. You don't have to have all the answers to get a good night's sleep. You don't need to control everything to feel calm inside. You just need to trust. Trust that rest is productive. Trust that healing takes time. Trust that what's meant for you will find its way, even if the road looks different than you imagined. So tonight, let go of the script. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the what-ifs and should-haves. Let the stillness of the night remind you that you are held, even when you feel uncertain. Say it once more slowly, with grace. I trust the process of life. Let it echo through your chest. Let it cradle your heart. Let it become your permission slip to rest without needing to fix anything first. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is let go and sleep. Can I ask you something personal? When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to rest without guilt? Not because your body collapsed from exhaustion. Not because you got sick and had no choice. But because you simply knew. You deserve rest. You deserve peace. You deserve softness. We live in a world that glorifies being busy. That treats rest like a luxury, something we have to earn. But here's the truth no one told us. Rest is not a reward. It's a right. You don't need to prove yourself to be worthy of slowing down. You don't need to hustle harder to finally deserve peace. You are allowed to rest simply because you exist. Say that with me now, not just with your voice, but with your whole being. I am allowed to rest. I give myself permission to let go. Let it land. Let it feel radical. Let it break the story that productivity equals value. Because that story, it's not true. We are not machines. We are living, breathing, feeling humans, and our worth isn't measured by how much we can squeeze into a day. You are not lazy for needing rest. You are not falling behind for needing space. You are listening. You are healing. Pause for a moment and reflect. How often do you feel guilty for taking a break? Do you ever sit down to relax and hear that little voice whisper, "You should be doing something"? That voice is not your truth. That voice is a program written by a culture that forgot the sacred power of rest. Think about nature again. The ocean pulls back before it surges forward. The moon disappears before it becomes full. Even the earth rests in winter, and nothing about that is weakness. So why do you feel ashamed when you need to pause? Tonight, I invite you to reclaim rest, not as laziness, not as weakness, but as wisdom, as love, as the most powerful form of self-respect. I am allowed to rest. I give myself permission to let go. Let this affirmation soften your nervous system. Let it speak to the part of you that has been over-functioning, over-giving, overthinking. You have been holding on tightly to expectations, to responsibilities, to invisible pressure that no one else can see. But you don't have to hold it all anymore. You are allowed to release. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to be without doing. And no, nothing will fall apart if you rest. The world will not end because you chose peace over pressure. In fact, the world might finally start feeling livable again because you chose to rest. Let me tell you something I've learned the hard way. I spent years tying my worth to what I produced. I was addicted to doing. And even when I did stop, I never truly rested because my mind kept running marathons. But one day, I realized something powerful. Rest isn't passive. It's an active choice to trust life. To trust that slowing down doesn't mean falling behind, it means coming home. And now, I whisper this affirmation to myself whenever I feel guilt creeping in. I am allowed to rest. I give myself permission to let go. Because that permission, it doesn't come from the outside world. It has to come from within. So tonight, give yourself that permission. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to justify it. You don't need anyone's approval. You just need to decide that your well-being matters more than your to-do list. Say it again, gently, kindly, with full honesty. I am allowed to rest. I give myself permission to let go. And as you breathe, feel what starts to loosen inside of you. Let your shoulders drop. Let your belly soften. Let the thoughts drift away like clouds. You have done enough. You are enough. And now you can let go. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the story that rest needs to be earned. Because tonight, rest is sacred. Rest is powerful. Rest is yours. Let this moment be the beginning of a new relationship with stillness. Let this affirmation become your reminder that peace is not something you chase, it's something you choose. So choose it now. Choose rest. Choose softness. Choose you. Let's pause for a moment. Not to think. Not to analyze. But just to breathe. When was the last time you truly noticed your breath? Noticed it like a sacred rhythm. Like a soft reminder that you're still here. Still alive. still being given this quiet, invisible gift moment after moment. You see, your breath is more than just oxygen. It's your anchor. It's the one thing you can return to anytime, anywhere, and immediately find your way back home. Back to center. Back to calm. Back to you. Right now, I want you to gently shift your attention inward. Not to your thoughts. Not to your to-do list. Just to your breath. You don't need to change it. You don't need to control it. Simply observe. Feel the inhale. Feel the exhale. Do you feel how your body responds when you start paying attention even just for a few seconds? It's almost like your nervous system sighs in relief. Like it's been waiting for you to come back. Now imagine this. What if every single breath you take could be more than automatic? What if each inhale was a small act of receiving peace, and each exhale a powerful release of everything you don't need to carry? That's exactly what this affirmation invites you to experience. Every breath I take brings me closer to peace. Let's say it together. Slowly, gently, with full presence. Every breath I take brings me closer to peace. Feel how different those words land when you breathe them in. This isn't just a phrase, it's a shift. It's a choice to allow your breath to do what it's meant to do. Calm you, ground you, heal you. Have you ever noticed that when you're anxious, your breath becomes shallow, tight, almost invisible? That's because your body thinks it's in danger. It's in survival mode. But when you deepen your breath, you're sending a new message to your brain. It's safe now. You don't need to fight. You can relax. And the beauty of it is, you don't need anything outside of you to make that happen. You don't need a vacation. You don't need permission. You don't need to solve your entire life first. You just need one breath, then another, then one more. And with each breath, peace gets closer. It moves from something you chase to something you remember. Because peace isn't somewhere far away. It lives inside of you under the noise, under the stress, under the clutter of daily life. You just have to breathe to reach it. Let's try it together. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Hold it gently for a moment. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Now whisper softly. Every breath I take brings me closer to peace. Again. Inhale. Exhale. Let go. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your heart slow down. Feel your thoughts quiet, not because you're forcing them to, but because you're finally allowing stillness in. This right here is the medicine your body has been craving. And the best part? You can return to it anytime. You don't need a perfect environment. You don't need silence around you. You just need awareness. A decision to pause. A willingness to listen inward. I used to think peace was something I had to earn, something I'd only feel when everything in my life was fixed, solved, or figured out. But I was wrong. Peace doesn't come when life gets easier. It comes when you start breathing more consciously. When you stop chasing and start allowing. When you stop holding your breath through every challenge and finally let it flow. So if tonight your mind feels full, if your body feels heavy, if the day has left its weight on your chest, let your breath carry it away. You don't have to fix it all right now. You don't have to be better to deserve peace. You just have to breathe. Let's say it one final time with trust, with softness, with presence. Every breath I take brings me closer to peace. Let it guide you. Let it ground you. Let it hold you all the way into rest. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do for your life is take a single, conscious breath and remember that peace was always waiting inside of you. Take a deep breath with me right now. Not to do anything, but simply to be here. Have you noticed how loud the world has become lately? Constant noise, constant notifications, constant pressure to be more, do more, achieve more even at night when you're supposed to be resting. But what if you had permission to step away from all of that noise? What if, just for a moment, you could enter a space where there's no judgment, no deadlines, no pressure to fix or prove anything? Welcome to that space. This is your moment of stillness, your sacred pause, your gentle return to yourself. Let me ask you something. When was the last time your mind was truly quiet? Not distracted, not numbed, but actually peaceful. When was the last time you felt your heart lighten? Like a burden you've been carrying for far too long was finally set down. When did your spirit last feel free, not trapped in expectation or regret or performance? If those moments feel rare, you're not alone. But the truth is, they are not out of reach. They live within you, waiting to be remembered. Let's begin right now, not with effort, but with ease. Breathe in, breathe out. Let yourself soften and whisper gently. My mind is quiet. My heart is light. My spirit is free. Let that affirmation become a gentle wave washing over your entire being. Feel it settle in your chest. Feel it echo through your breath. Feel it unwrap you from the tension you didn't even know you were holding. You don't have to carry the world tonight. You don't have to solve everything before sleep. You don't even have to be the strong one right now. Tonight you get to just be. Because you are not your to-do list. You are not your inbox. You are not your responsibilities. You are not your past mistakes or tomorrow's expectations. You are a living, breathing soul, and you are allowed to rest. Let your thoughts slow down, like snowflakes drifting to the ground. Let your inner voice become softer, kinder, more compassionate. Let silence become your sanctuary, not something to fear, but something to feel. My mind is quiet. Imagine every anxious thought melting into stillness. Imagine your inner dialogue shifting from panic to peace. Your mind doesn't need to race tonight. It just needs to rest. My heart is light. Picture the emotional weight you've been carrying, the worries, the what-ifs, the self-doubt slowly lifting. What if you no longer had to hold on to that heaviness? What if it was safe to release it right here, right now? Let your heart remember what it feels like to feel light, to feel open, to feel safe. My spirit is free. You are not trapped by your past. You are not chained to anyone's expectations. You are not defined by the roles you play or the masks you wear. You are free. Free to feel. Free to pause. Free to just be exactly as you are, imperfect, human, and beautiful. Let that truth expand in your chest as you say it again. My mind is quiet. My heart is light. My spirit is free. Say it slowly. Say it with your hand on your heart. Say it like it's a promise, not to the world, but to yourself. Because here's something I've learned. Peace isn't something you chase. It's something you return to when you let go of everything that isn't truly you. And right now, in this moment, you are returning to quiet, to lightness, to freedom. Feel it. Breathe it in. Let it guide you into deeper stillness. You don't need noise to feel alive. You don't need chaos to feel worthy. You don't need to earn silence. You just need to choose it. Let this affirmation become your nightly reset, the key that unlocks the peace within you. And if your thoughts try to creep back in, that's okay. You're human. Just gently return to your breath, to your body, to your truth. My mind is quiet. My heart is light. My spirit is free. This is your sacred space. This is your healing moment. This is you coming home. The day is over. Whatever happened, happened. The conversations you replay in your mind. The mistakes you wish you could take back. The things left undone. The things you wish you had said. All of it, it belongs to today. So here's a gentle question. Are you willing to leave it here? Not because it doesn't matter. Not because you don't care. But because you deserve to rest, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. There's a difference between giving up and letting go. Giving up comes from fear. Letting go comes from trust. And tonight, we choose trust. Trust that what's done is done. Trust that what's meant for you is still unfolding. Trust that rest is just as important as action. So as you lie here, I invite you to gently close this chapter of your day, not with judgment, not with regret, but with gratitude. Because even if it wasn't perfect, even if it was hard, even if it felt like a mess, you made it. You showed up. You breathed through it. You did your best with what you had. And that, my friend, is worth honoring. Let's say this together. I close this day with gratitude. I welcome sleep with love. Feel the softness of those words. Let them settle into your chest like a warm embrace. Gratitude doesn't erase the pain, but it transforms the energy. It shifts your focus from what went wrong to what survived, to what endured, to what still whispers thank you even after the storm. What are you grateful for tonight? Maybe it's something small, a kind smile from a stranger, a deep breath after a long day, a quiet moment of peace. Maybe it's the fact that even in your overwhelm, you pressed play on this video because a part of you still believes in healing. Whatever it is, hold it in your heart. Let it be your closing note, the final vibration before you drift into rest. And what about love? How often do you welcome sleep with love, not exhaustion, not resentment, but real tenderness toward yourself? How often do you end your day by saying, "I forgive myself. I did enough. I am still worthy of care, even if I didn't get everything right"? Tonight is your chance to change the way your day ends, to make it sacred, to turn off the noise not just outside, but inside, to put down the weight you've been carrying, to tell your mind, "You can rest now. I've got you." To tell your heart, "You are loved, even in your imperfection." And to tell your soul, "We made it through another day. That is enough." Say it again, this time with your hand on your heart, eyes closed, breath slow and soft. I close this day with gratitude. I welcome sleep with love. This is your new nighttime ritual. A ritual that reminds you, peace isn't something you find, it's something you create. One breath at a time. One affirmation at a time. One gentle release at a time. And even if your day felt chaotic, even if your mind still wants to solve something, even if your emotions feel tangled, remember, it's okay to pause. You don't need to have everything figured out to be allowed to rest. You don't need to have a perfect day to deserve peace at night. You are allowed to end the day with grace even if the day didn't give it to you. Because this moment right here, this breath, this stillness, this sacred pause, it belongs to you. No one else. No task. No expectation. Just you. So take one final breath with me. Inhale gratitude. Exhale everything else. And as you drift into sleep tonight, let this affirmation echo softly in your heart. I close this day with gratitude. I welcome sleep with love. Let it be your lullaby. Let it be your release. Let it be your reminder that no matter how the world moves, you always have the power to end your day with peace. Good night. You are safe. You are loved. You are enough. Let that sink in for a moment. Because here's something most people never realize. Sleep is not just physical rest. It's emotional healing. It's mental restoration. It's soul-level renewal. And if you've stayed with me until the very end of this video, then I want to honor you deeply. Because what you've just given yourself is a sacred gift. The gift of presence. The gift of stillness. The gift of choosing peace even when the world outside is anything but peaceful. These affirmations aren't magic words. They're reminders. They remind your nervous system that it's okay to release. They remind your heart that it's okay to soften. And they remind your soul that it's safe to come home. And like any healing practice, the more often you return to it, the deeper its roots grow within you. Each night, each repetition, you are slowly retraining your mind to feel safe in the silence, to feel calm in the stillness, to feel worthy of rest, no matter what kind of day you've had. Let me share something personal with you. There was a time in my life when I believed I had to earn my rest. I thought I had to solve everything before my head hit the pillow. I'd lie in bed replaying conversations, running through to-do lists, judging myself for what I didn't finish. And guess what? I never felt rested. Because I was carrying the weight of the day into my dreams. I was falling asleep exhausted but not restored. Until one day, I heard a whisper in my own heart. You don't have to fix everything tonight to be worthy of peace. That whisper changed my life. Now, each evening, I return to these gentle words not because I want to escape my reality, but because I want to meet it with compassion. I repeat these affirmations not to deny the chaos, but to rise above it, to create a soft space in a hard world. A space that says, no matter what happens, I am enough. I am safe. I am allowed to rest. So tonight, and every night after, let your sleep become something more. Not just an ending, but a quiet return. A return to yourself. A return to your truth. A return to the part of you that always knew. Peace begins from within. Let your bed be your sanctuary. Let your breath be your medicine. Let your stillness be your superpower. Take one final, deep breath. Feel it fill your lungs. Exhale slowly. Let everything go. Whatever happened today, it's done. You don't have to carry it anymore. Trust. Let go. Rest. And if tonight's practice helped bring even a little more calm into your heart, I invite you to join this journey with me. Subscribe to Daily Motivation Secrets. Because here, we're building more than a channel. We're building a sanctuary. A place to return to. A space to grow. To heal. To remember what really matters. And as you drift off to sleep tonight, Hold on to this truth. Peace is not out there. It's in here. It's always been. It always will be. Good night, my friend. You are safe. You are held. You are deeply, deeply loved.